The power to influence the future. The power to alter destiny. Such an ability may, if one was not careful, change a person's fate for the worse. Such power was never meant for mortal man. There are none who possess the wisdom to wield it. Sarah, you must seek out your own answers as you waver at the edge of despair.
Wow. How do you build something like this?
A little bit at a time, I guess. It probably took a lot of people working together over decades, maybe even centuries, to make this city what it is now.
They had a vision for the future, and it grew from there, huh? You know what, Sarah? I used to think the only way to make a better future was to change something right away, in the here and now. But creating something for people to build on? That's not a bad idea. Right? Even if it can't be completed in one lifetime, it's still worth starting. If you believe that someone in the next generation will take up the same ideal, then the dream lives on.
That sounds like Hope's way.
I wish she could have seen it.
Yule, you mean? She's very special to you, isn't she?
She was, but I couldn't protect her. Oh. Huh? You gotta stop it.
Now things are going our way, Kubo.
Threat level Sigma. All sections of academia on high alert.
What threat? I hope they're not talking about us.
The bots must see us as intruders.
That can't be good. We should look for a way to slip through.
This terminal's on. Shall we do some snooping?
Snoop away. We can't fight back if we don't know what we're facing.
Stand by for instructions.
Who's closing things off?
I don't think it is a who. This is all the work of machines.
I'm working on restoring the network. The database is being flooded with corrupt information.
Corrupt information? Is that a side effect of the paradox?
That's the current theory. At this rate, it won't be long before the entire network is infected.
Is there anything we can do to help?
There is.
The paradox seems to be spreading from our topographical databanks. If we can replace this section with the correct data, maybe we can stop the corruption.
And we can help you do this?
Yes, you can. What we need is data from places that someone has physically visited. We need area maps that are 100% confirmed. You brought data on the sun with Borderscape? And I was just looking at that file. What have we here? A map of the Grand Pulse Steppes?
They're taking up position in front of the wall.
That guy must have been the gatekeeper, huh?
Guess so. Now we know how to get past the rest of these barricades.
Formation 13. Formation 13. Intruders are still at large within the city. Have locked down academia and activated security systems.
Did she just say Fal'Cie? Why is a Fal'Cie in control of the city?
No way. That can't be right. Have the Fal'Cie somehow come back and taken over from the government?
Not this way.
Or this! No, I think we're trapped.
I think you're right. All right, we give up. We won't fight anymore, so why don't you show yourself? Caius.
Pretend to capitulate and buy yourself time. It's not a bad strategy.
You've got no reason to fight me, Caius.
Wrong. You are the enemy. You are contradictions in the timeline. I have every reason to eliminate you. 200 years ago, you learned the forbidden history, and were entombed in that tower as a consequence. But now you stand before me alive and well once again. What can that be if not a paradox?
Towers and forbidden histories? What's he talking about? Could it be something from the future?
Could be. Maybe at some point we travel 200 years before this time and encounter Caius there. But I don't plan on letting him kill us.
There is no mistake. You are one and the same. A distortion, a contradiction.
Caius, this is unlike you. If we're in your way, why not just stop us yourself?
A fitting sacrifice was required for you to comprehend your transgressions. To that end, I enlisted some assistance.
Sarah!
Right.
Space-time stability at risk. Exterminating academia citizens.
Kill me? But why? Why would you do that?
bosses are like that. These people. This is happening because of us.
And we're the only ones who can save them. We can't stop now. It's just what Caius would want.
Your very existence poisons the timeline and invites disaster.
He really is convinced we're the cause of this paradox, huh?
Vermin, if this tragedy is to come to an end, no trace of you can remain in this reality.
True history? Which part was that?
He thinks we're his enemies because of something that happened in the past. So we travel back in time and find out why.
You mean go back 200 years and look for this tower? Okay, let's find a gate and figure it out.
Hey, do you think there could be a gate on the far side?
And Caius smashed the bridge to block our path? If he thinks that's gonna stop us, he can think again.
We're getting closer to the gate.
I guess we fight. Another pack. Are you okay? No!
No!
Sorry, buddy. You!
No! Look out!
I've got it! You'll lie!
I saw death. If I were to live, it would bring contradiction to the timeline.
But why?
It's because of us. Just like Kaya said, we're causing a paradox to occur. Because of that, Yul has to... She has to...
Caius is not here.
You mean he's not here in the city?
Yul, hold on, please!
No, I am not the Yul you once knew. But thank you.
For the love of Etro, don't thank me. An artifact from Yule.
She's showing us the way.
Yeah.
Football.
Yule saw everything, you realize that? She knew exactly what would happen today. There was never a time she didn't.
But even so, she didn't try to avoid her fate.
It's the law of the Farseers. Seers must not change history to save themselves. Because if they do, they can doom thousands of others to a worse fate instead. How about it? Ready for the truth?
The law of the Farseers. It's a terrible thing to live by. Because to obey it means someone has to sacrifice themselves. Lightning, tell me, is there no way for us to save everybody? Noel and I are traveling through these gates because we believe we can change our fate. But even as we do, I can't forget what Yule said. She said Caius isn't in this city. But if that's true, who was it that we met here? Yule wanted us to come here.
The gates link places and eras that are connected somehow. Do you remember the forbidden history? The one Caius was talking about? I'll bet we'll find some clues here.
200 years ago, you learned the forbidden history, and were entombed in that tower as a consequence.
Could this be the tower?
First off, we need to find out exactly where we are.
Paradox effect detected. Emergency lockdown in progress.
Let me guess. We just got locked in this room.
Let's check the computer. Maybe there's an override command.
Paradox effect detected. Emergency lockdown in progress. Paradox effect detected. Emergency lockdown in progress. Thank you for accessing the Academy datanet. Welcome to the Academy datanet. The Proto-Fal'C project was begun in 13AF under the direction of the Academy. The objective was to develop an artificial Fal'C in order to re-levitate Cocoon. The project was proposed and designed by Alyssa Zidell and directed by Hope Estime.
Do you realize what this means? The Academia Fal'C must have been built by
He
Hope.
needed the power to float Cocoon.
Vanille and Fang. He did it all for them.
But then Caius took control of the artificial Fal'C. And now we need to find out why.
Outer perimeter now accessible.
We're free to leave the room now, right?
Can I ask you a stupid question? Is it just me, or can you see all these people around us as well?
Yeah, I can see them. Why did you think I couldn't?
It's just that they have no presence. Like they're not alive.
I know what you mean. I was thinking the same thing.
detected. Emergency lockdown in progress. Paradox effect detected. Emergency lockdown in progress. Paradox effect detected. Emergency lockdown in progress. Thank you for accessing the Academy DataNet. Welcome to the Academy DataNet. Welcome. You have accessed the Academy DataNet.
Was that us? From before? This machine can show different eras.
He might have been watching us from here the whole time.
Do you mean Caius?
If that's who he really was, the Caius we met in academia seemed different to me. I don't think he was the real Caius.
How could you tell?
We used to spend a lot of time together. We were both guardians. Warriors who were charged with protecting the Cirrus, although I was young back then, just starting out. Anyway, he took off, left me and Yule on our own. I couldn't protect her, not by myself. Then, when it was just me left, a portal appeared. I went through it, and next thing I knew, I was in Valhalla.
You met them there, didn't you? My sister, and Caius.
I don't know why I keep running into him wherever I go. But I do know he wouldn't sacrifice the Cirrus. It's not in him. There's no way he'd allow Yule to come to harm.
Well, we've got to find him. Yule brought us here, and we have to help.
Yeah. Not again. It's so frustrating.
What's wrong?
I'm missing some of my memories. I'm trying to think about what happened after Caius left us, but I can't remember how Yule died. But I remember her face. I remember it like it was yesterday.
All areas now accessible.
That was Caius, right?
So he is here. But is he the real Caius? Idiot. Cool. There he is. Now we grab him and find out if he's the real deal.
We have to be careful. This could be a trap.
There must be some way we can get across this. If Caius did it, so can we.
Why don't we just...
The circuits are tangled with another age, Kupo.
It's being jammed by a paradox.
Maybe we can fix it with a key from another time.
Kupo!
Just a sec. If a key from another time is all we need, don't we already have one? That's Looks more like it.
Now we can explore the other floors. Hey, that girl. Isn't that Alyssa? What's she doing in this time period?
She does look like Alyssa, but it can't be her. Let's find out for sure.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. She doesn't know who we are. I guess she's not Alyssa after all. Alyssa?
We used to know a girl who looked like you. But that was a long time ago now.
My apologies. I must recalibrate my previous greeting. It appears that you are acquainted with the original.
Original?
I am a duplicate of the Alyssa Zidell entity. My design is based on her biophysical data.
How'd she...
She's a machine!
A fabricated life form. Or a living machine. The semantics are irrelevant.
Are all the people who work here the same as you, Alyssa?
Yes, everyone is a duplicate. An artificial life form.
Cha-ching.
Logic circuits experiencing paradox interference. Locate and retrieve paradox source. Please locate and retrieve paradox source. Neutralization of source object can be carried out at this terminal. Paradox source object confirmed. Commencing neutralization. For an axiomatic system overriding operating rules, Immediate paradox resolution required. Please locate and retrieve paradox source. Neutralization of source object can be carried out at this terminal.
Alyssa, you haven't had any other visitors recently, have you? Like someone called Caius, for example.
The Caius entity came through recently, accompanied by a green-eyed girl. They were proceeding to the top of the tower.
Yule as well? Why is she here?
Is she trying to protect time? To protect history? Do you remember? That's what Caius said to us that time we met him in Erba.
Yeah, well, if that's why Yule is here, we're in big trouble. Caius said he entombs us in this tower and seals the forbidden history, right? What if that's the true timeline, and Yule is here to make it happen?
She's already seen what is going to happen to us here.
Right. Caius said we were distorting history, throwing the timeline into confusion. If he's right, we've got to be stopped.
If anyone knows the secrets of this tower, it'll be Caius. If it means resolving the paradox, we have to talk to him.
We make the first move. Sounds good to me. Let's get our future back.
Alyssa, will you take us to the top floor?
Of course. This way.
If a person is created artificially, do they still have a spirit?
They say spirit is a gift from the goddess, given to humans and humans only. We're studying contradictions, with the freedom to make mistakes and the will to start over.
And we owe all that to our spirit?
This way, please.
What's happening?
Is this a paradox?
Go see what's happening. On it. What is this? No.
Help!
What the hell was that?
This was an effect of the paradox. You just witnessed an event that took place on this spot 187 years ago.
Wait a minute. So, you're saying the real Hope and Alyssa were murdered?
Yes, after the tower was completed. During the Proto-Fal'C development project, the artificial intelligence and humans came into conflict.
The artificial intelligence killed them? Because they were in the way?
I'm afraid so.
Hope and the others were killed in this tower. And then, after they were dead, the AI took control of the Academy.
A broken Fal'C was created by a broken artificial intelligence. Humans were betrayed, and then they were wiped out.
And the duplicates were mechanical puppets that were built to hide what happened.
You two have seen it now. You've seen the forbidden history. People who know too much have to be buried.
It stopped moving.
Looks like they closed the door on us.
Kupo.
Well, now we've seen the forbidden history. Does that mean we're stuck here for good?
200 years ago, you learned the forbidden history, and were entombed in that tower as a consequence. But now you stand before me alive and well once again. What can that be if not a paradox?
Do you remember what Kaya said? In his memory, the next thing that happens is... we die.
That's why he acted the way he did. As far as he was concerned, we were supposed to be dead. He saw us 200 years later, assumed it was a paradox, and tried to get rid of us.
But there's a way out. If we can survive now instead of dying, that will automatically change history. We can save the future.
Agreed. Alyssa and Hope's fate are in our hands. It's not over yet. Not by a long shot. This is more than just an elevator malfunction. We've been sucked into the paradox.
There's something strange going on with the system.
All we can do is try to fix it, and not get our own wires crossed in the process. And away. Go.
You think we fixed the elevator?
This is great. The artificial intelligence that killed Hope and his team now seems hell-bent on killing us.
So you don't think the Proto-Fal'Cie and the other AI are being controlled by Caius?
No, I don't. Someone else is pulling the strings.
Couldn't the culprit be the artificial intelligence itself? What if something that humans created found a mind of its own?
So you're saying a machine learned to think for itself? Huh. Then it wouldn't need anyone at the controls, would it?
We should search for the AI mainframe. Maybe we'll find out what's really going on.
Koopa?
We're almost at the top floor. I bet that's where Caius is.
Better get our hands on an access key then.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching. We're getting close. Let's take it down!
We can do it. For Hope, for Alyssa, for Academia. This must be the heart of the system. I know it's a machine, but it seems like it's almost breathing.
If what Alyssa was telling us is true, Yule and Caius should be up here as well.
But are they with us? Or against us?
Yule, are you on your own?
Kupo, I brought you this.
Why? What should we do with it?
You must protect the timeline. I saw you in Erba. I trust you. I believe in you.
We're in the same time as when we met in Erba. So you're the same Yule.
Yes.
But who are you? Who are the Farseers?
I am the seeress of the oldest tribe on Pulse. My visions of the future are recorded and stored in the Oracle Drive. But that is long in the past. There is no more need to record the prophecies. I have Caius now.
What do you mean?
He is tasked with protecting the seeress and remembering her visions. Now and forever, he will remember the entire timeline. Caius. He is beyond death.
What? You mean he can't die ever?
The seeress possesses the eyes of Etro, and inside Caius beats the heart of chaos. The goddess has gifted him the curse of eternity. He is a guardian, and his mission is to protect the seeress. The power to see the future is a terrible weapon. It can turn history into chaos.
But then, I don't understand. Why are you helping us? I mean, you do know we're trying to change history, right?
History has already been broken. The timeline had been twisted before I met you. The distortion leads to a future of death and destruction. If you change the future, you can change the past and correct the distortions. The miracle that saved Cocoon has already been altered.
Kupo?
Someone who was meant to survive did not come home.
Someone who was meant to survive. You mean my sister? You do, don't you? You're saying that lightning shouldn't have disappeared that day?
It was because the future was changed.
So, if we keep traveling through the gates and resolve all the paradoxes that are happening...
Yeah.
If you change the future again, the true past will be restored. The past that you still remember, Sarah. Together, the two of you can correct the timeline.
Did you hear that, Noel? We've been doing the right thing all along.
Yes. Can you tell us something else? Someone has been laying traps for us inside this tower. Do you know who's behind it?
Your enemy. It is here inside the tower. It has generated the contradictions that threaten you. The machine is sentient.
A machine? So the Caius who we met earlier in academia, he was...
An imitation created by the machine.
And what about the other Caius? The one we saw in the tower?
He is real. He brought me here. And when we are finished, he will take me away.
Let's go.
Yes, go. And please, let me see a new future.
We'll do it.
Good. Everyone is smiling. This is the future I wanted to see.
I shall remember your pain. It will be carved in my heart, together with the memories of every other Yule, cursed to die this way.
I'm worried about Yule.
Yeah. But... if we're going to fight, we can't afford to have doubts. She's hoping for a better future and believes we can make it. Look! The fake Caius was sent out from this place.
But where's the enemy that Yule warned us about?
Proto-Fal'Cie. So this is what Yule meant by sentient machine.
This thing has been behind everything. It's the one who turned the people into Seath, and it's the one who's been trying to kill us in the tower. Understand. How did the future Proto-Fal'Cie end up here?
This place must be like the void beyond. A crossroads where the future and past intersect.
And that would enable time travel. Noel, do you realize what this means? The Proto-Fal'Cie could have used this place to travel through time and infiltrate the artificial intelligence. Then it could have manipulated the AI to kill all the humans in the tower and build the Fal'Cie of Academia's future.
You're saying the Proto-Fal'Cie took control of the AI and ordered it to build the Proto-Fal'Cie. It's a closed loop. Chicken and egg paradox.
Right. A paradox is exactly what it is. The Proto-Fal'Cie was trying to protect the distortion that gave birth to it.
And it knew all along that it was part of the paradox.
Just a sec. If the Proto-Fal'Cie can manipulate the past, that means...
It could travel back in time and rebuild itself.
As long as the crossroads exist, you cannot defeat the Proto-Fal'Cie, Kupo!
This'll show you...
Gotta stop it!
No!
Sarah, now! Perfect! Okay, my turn! See how you like this! Time for you to go away! For good! Thanks to Mog, huh?
Kupo! You guys play her out, Kupo.
You saved the day.
Thank you. You did great.
Again!
This is Hope's fault.
Huh?
He was the one who started building these things. Proto-Fal'Cie and AI both. Will you listen to me? Looking around for scapegoats. These fights are really starting to wear me down.
I don't blame you.
It's not gonna do us any good, whining about the mistakes of the past. If we don't stop this thing from regenerating, we're never gonna get out of here!
is manipulating the past. But then, there's no reason we can't either. Please, I hope you're watching this.
Huh?
Hope! Can you hear me? I've got a bone to pick with you. These machines you built
Sarah!
are driving me nuts! Ah!
You did it, Sarah.
But I didn't do anything. At least, I don't think I did.
Sarah, are you all right? Can you hear me?
No. I'm alive.
Oh, what a relief.
You worry too much, Noel.
Cool.
Noel isn't himself these days. I wonder if it's because he can't remember the future. It's understandable. No one wants to think they'll forget something that's important to them.
You know something? When you get mad, you sure do remind me of your sister.
Be careful. She might be watching, you know.
Kupo?
We are returning to a better future.
Kupo?
I'm sure of it. There's a story that's been passed down for generations that the people of my time believed was true. Long ago, a bloodthirsty monster attacked the city of Padra and wreaked havoc on its residents. Only a lone Cirrus had the strength to seal the beast. I had a strong feeling we were going to encounter that monster in the labyrinth. But we didn't. There was no trace of him anywhere. Still, something was wrong. I couldn't help thinking there was something we couldn't see, hidden from us. I was overcome with a sense of unease.
The Forest of Sunlith is a quiet place. I thought I heard a voice. I cocked my ear towards the wind, and through the rustling of the green leaves, I thought I heard snow. As much as I'd hoped we'd run into my hero, it wasn't him that we encountered in the forest. I think there's someone else here with us.
Kupo! I hear a bunch of voices nearby, Kupo. The voices we heard before belong to them, Kupo. It looks like this is some sort of gathering place for the young Flan, Kupo.
I've never seen so many of them together.
Looks like they're having fun.
Yes, but they have troubles too, Kupo. A bunch of their friends got lost somewhere in the forest and haven't been seen since, Kupo.
That's so sad. No, we should help them find their way back.
I know you mean well, but aren't you forgetting something? They're monsters, and I'm a monster hunter.
Can you be a monster finder instead? Just this once?
Just this once. All right, come on.
Don't get lost on your way back, Kupo.
there, Mom. Giddy up.
That's another little guy we helped save, Kubo.
Over there, Mom.
He said I'll give you one of my treasures, Kubo.
Giddy up.
Don't get lost on your way back, Kubo. Cocoon's pillar is in jeopardy, Kubo. The little ones are up to some kind of mischief, Kubo.
I know they don't mean to cause trouble, but there's so many of them.
The pillar won't be safe for long.
This one's mine.
Time to die. Where do they get all that energy from?
This has gone too far.
That's enough! I've about had it with your mischief. You should be ashamed of yourselves for behaving like this. You should know better. Well, what do you have to say for yourselves?
Nah, I don't think a good scolding's gonna solve anything.
They said they won't do it again, Kubo.
Huh? No way.
They also said, she's scary. We don't want her to get mad at us again, so we'll be good from now on. Kupo.
All right, that's a promise. Now it's time for all of you to go home.
It was then that I remembered Sarah had been a teacher back in New Bodom, and the kids called her Meanie Miss Farron. I'd completely forgotten about that until now. I'll bet she was one of those teachers that was nice when you were good, but could scare you when you weren't. As quick as lightning, she could turn from smiling angel to angry ogre. Yeah, no doubt about it. They're sisters, all right.
10 AF. A large-scale distortion was observed in the Vile Peaks, a land filled with ancient debris. The Academy dispatched Blitz Squadron, an investigative unit, to check the area. The elite Academy force armed themselves with anti-paradox weapons. Their mission was simple, to find out just what was causing this spatial distortion. However, the airship carrying the crew disappeared within the clouds looming over the Vile Peaks. That day, 6 elite soldiers vanished without a trace. And it was my fault. I was responsible.
What is this place? Looks like a dumping ground.
The Vile Peaks.
Kupo?
You know, Lightning told me she came here on a mission once.
So your sister's been here too. I bet that's no coincidence. Giddy up.
Where am I? Who are you guys? Do you know how long I've been out for? The shadow! Where did that shadow go? I'm not sure what's going on, but I think it's safe to assume that I'm miles away from the rest of my unit. We were headed to our mission LZ on an airship. I remember there was a really bad storm that day. Out of nowhere, a dark shadow enveloped the sky and a monstrous creature appeared in front of us. We lost power. The airship crashed to the ground. Everything went dark. The next thing I know, I wake up in this place. And, well, you know the rest.
You got pulled into a paradox. Who knows? You might even be in a different time than before.
Is that possible? Are you saying this isn't 10 a.m.? That means the other... Yeah,
Are you all right? Oh no, you're hurt.
seems like it. I'm trying, but I can't move my leg. Damn it, what am I supposed to do?
You stay here and try to get some rest. We'll go and find your friends.
Would you? I would really appreciate it. There are 5 others in my unit. Tell them Terreno of Blitz Squadron sent you to look for them. Here's a map of the land. I hope it helps.
You said before that Lightning's been here in the past. I wonder if she had to deal with this monster too. Do you remember hearing any stories about it?
No, I don't think she mentioned anything like it. But it would be easy to hide in a place with so much rubble like this. It's possible it was asleep this whole time.
Please, don't kill me!
Just calm down. We're not gonna hurt you. Promise.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna kill me. Wait, are you search party?
Yes. We heard the crazy story about a dark shadow that took down your airship.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The corporal and I were thrown out of the ship, and when I came to, it was standing right in front of me. Listen up. I'm only gonna say this once. Don't go any further. That thing, that monster, it's not something you want to mess with. If you value your lives at all, I suggest you turn around and go back. I'll go check on Torino.
You said the Corporal was thrown out of the ship too, right? That means he should be around here somewhere. He couldn't have gone too far.
I hate to say it, but it also probably means that he's not alive either. In any case, let's look for him and bring him back to the others.
Are you a Corporal in Blitz Squadron?
How on earth do you know who I am? Who are you, anyway?
We can talk later. Right now, we need to get you out of here.
You agreed to help find the rest of my unit? It's comforting to know there are still good people in the world. But I can't go with you. I have to stay here. The monster that attacked us is still lurking around this place. A creature possessing that kind of power, who knows what kind of damage it can do to Cocoon. Someone needs to stay here and keep the beast occupied, or else the entire world could be in danger. No, you're just gonna get yourself killed. But if you two came all this way by yourselves, then it's possible that you have what it takes to defeat it. Alright, if you want, give it a shot. But if you're serious, talk to my men first. That low-sea creature isn't going anywhere. Before you came to find me, you ran into a few of my guys, right? Falcon's the one to talk to. He's got a key now. He might have noticed something about the monster. Tell him that Corporal Thunder orders him to give you his full cooperation. That's my call sign. Thunder. The Corporal's alive? You sure? That's great news! Are you joking? You plan on taking on that monster? Come on, you're just gonna get yourself killed! The Corporal ordered me to cooperate? No way! He knows that no one has the strength to go up against that thing!
That's what he said. He's holding the line right now.
The Corporal's always been one to shoulder all the responsibility. Definitely sounds like something he would do. Okay, then how about this? What's the Corporal's call sign? That's right. So you really did talk to the Corporal. Fine. I'll tell you everything you want to know. The powerful energy source was being sent to that area from another time. In fact, it was so powerful that it even blew up our calibrator. The creature's getting its powers from a different time. Getting rid of that power source should weaken it considerably. Take this with you, so you don't get lost along the way.
The man we encountered was an elite member of the Blitz Squadron. They called him Baxter. He was wounded from head to toe, but miraculously, none of his wounds were fatal. The airship that was carrying these Academy soldiers was attacked by a dark shadow in the sky before it crashed to the ground. It's a miracle they survived this horrible accident.
The airship went up in flames. I don't know if the others survived. But I do remember one thing. After the crash, I saw that our pilot Ray was still breathing. He must have wandered off somewhere. Would you mind looking for my friends? I know this area is dangerous, but it would be a great deal to me.
The soldiers of Blitz Squadron were scattered.
The nation is that the dark entity traveled through time. But where did it come from? Hey, Sarah, how do you think Lightning would handle this one? Would she just dive in and attack? Damn the consequences?
Probably.
So you claim the other guys in my unit asked you to look for me. Show me some proof and maybe I'll believe what you say. I recognize this compass. It's Falcon's. Then, maybe what you're saying is true. The name's Ray. I'm the Blitz Squadron pilot. I wish I could join up with the other guys in my squad. But for now, I've got to stay right where I am. It's Sergeant Blitz. He's trapped in the Paradox. I want to help him out of there, but some monster I can't see is blocking my way. It's the Dark Shadow, the beast that took down our airship. It wasn't phased by the ship's barrage. With our current gear and weapons, I don't think we stand a chance. Damn it, isn't there anything I can do? I hope you have a plan of some sort. Be careful, it's stronger than you might think.
In the year 10 AF, Blitz Squadron was assaulted by a shadowy beast. The enemy was not from this world. The personification of chaos born from the chasms of time. The beast was formed from memories carved in the very surface of the planet. It took the hideous form of an ancient, forgotten past. It was...
Odin? Is Lightning behind all of this?
No, it's not hers. It's just an empty vessel. He doesn't have any human thoughts or emotions.
Please, Sarah. Banish this twisted reflection of the past back into the darkness.
futures this fragment. The chaos of Valhalla, Kubo.
That was what created the illusion of Odin. But wait, if that's the case...
Maybe the shadow that appeared in the future was also an illusion.
Probably. But now that we have its energy source, there's a good chance we can defeat the thing.
I want to thank you two. I'd be dead if it weren't for you. I'm Blitz. I lead an investigative unit for the Academy. Who are you?
No, Christ.
I'm Sarah Farron.
Did you say Farron? Wait a minute. You do look kind of familiar. So you're... I see. I see.
Did I miss something?
I apologize. I never thought the day would come when Sergeant Farron's younger sister would save my life. What a strange twist of fate.
You mean Lightning? How do you know my sister?
We go way back. We were all in the same security force. We took our duty seriously, working hard to keep peace and order in the town of Odin.
So your call sign is Blitz, and the other soldier's call sign is Thunder. I think I know where you got your inspiration.
That obvious, huh? It was sort of an homage to Lightning.
But my sister, she quit the military and was branded a traitor by the Sanctum.
Yeah, for a long, long time, I was pretty ticked off at her. But after a while, I saw the truth behind her actions. Although it was hard to see at first, she was trying to save Cocoon. She was fighting against the Fal'Cie, alone, standing up for what she believed in. That's when I knew I couldn't just sit back and watch this go down. In the guise, applying for positions in the Academy's force. In my heart, I believe we're still on the same team, your sister and I. We're trying to make the world a better place.
Thank you, Sergeant. When I see my sister, I'll be sure to tell her what you said. She'll be happy to hear from an old friend.
Well, I just hope she hasn't forgotten about us after all these years. But whatever happens to the world, whoever you might have to face, make sure you find her. Your sister cares for you more than anything in the world, you know.
Finally located all 6 members of the Blitz Squadron. But guys, there's still one more important thing we need to do.
We need to help the Corporal. He's not gonna be able to fight for much longer. And I don't want his death on my conscience. Let's do this!
To the rescue, Kubo!
This land will soon return to its original state. The shadow of a false Odin is not my burden to bear. But if the men had died, nothing could have erased my guilt. I fought alongside those 6 men years ago. I thought they would have forgotten my existence by now. I find comfort in the fact that people can disappear but still continue to live on in others' memories. So, Sarah, if you keep me in your thoughts, one day, I'm certain I will find my way home again.
You will.
I'll what?
Oh, it's nothing. I just thought I heard Lightning's voice.
I know it's probably just all in my head.
Impossible things are happening all around us. What with the paradox and the artifacts. Anything can happen. I believe you did hear her voice.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
Kupo?
We're done searching for the lost survivors, right? I'm pretty sure we found all 6.
Well, technically we've located everybody, but some have disappeared since then.
Blip, 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 blip. My Moogle senses are telling me that they all joined up with Terreno, Kupo. Oh, Kupo!
Giddy up. Who are you?
Saz!
I am no longer there, but they'll encounter a friend. My first comrade in arms, a man who treasured family more than anything. We did not meet here, but this is where we parted ways.
Hey there, Sarah. What's happening? Wait a minute. You know what? Forget I asked. Can't hear a single word you say from here. How you been? Keeping yourself busy? Not running around like a headless chocobo, I hope. You know, you need to stop and take a breath every now and then, or you just wipe yourself out. I remember being here back in the day. You know, when I was young and in my prime. Things heated up between me and Lightning, and we ended up going our separate ways. Well, to tell you the truth, she walked off and left me behind. Man, those were some tough times. If you're in a bad situation with friends, someone's got your back. If you're alone, you're done for. Speaking of tough times, things still haven't gotten much better. I wandered into this strange, psychedelic world, and now I'm gambling to win the prize of a lifetime. I've got something important on the line, and you know I'm not one to back down. I know I can get out of this a winner. I have to. Well, I just wanted to drop in and say hi. Play nice with your friends, you hear me? Oh, and here's a little something from me to you. But now I really gotta run. Later, folks.
That was Saz. He's an old friend of ours. He fought alongside Lightning and Snow to try to protect Cocoon. He's been doing this kind of thing a lot longer than we have.
I wonder what they argued about that would make your sister leave him behind. Whatever it was, I guess they had as rocky a road as we did.
Yeah, that's for sure. But I think experiencing the bumps and the hardships along the way is what brings people closer together. That's how you make great friends, right? The soldiers we met shared Lightning's beliefs and had once fought by her side. They never forgot who she was. They had found a place for her in their memories, in their hearts. Can you hear me up there in Valhalla? You've touched so many hearts. You made a difference in so many lives. You made your mark in the world, and I'm proud of you.
Thanks again for your help, little sis. Couldn't have resolved the paradox without you. The members of Blitz Squadron are finally going to return to our time. All 6 of us, together. I know you're on a journey to find your sister. Might not be easy, but don't give up until you find her, okay? Oh, and you'd better not forget our invitations to our welcome home party.
That's her, right? That's Lightning.
It's like she can't see us or something.
I am in Valhalla, isolated from others, engaged in a solitary battle.
Lightning.
I remember the day I became a l'Cie. I turned the entire world against me, and I fought alone for what I believed in. I thought that was the only way, but I was wrong. There were others who were burdened with the same fate. I realized that I wasn't alone. Valhalla is empty. There is no one here. But I carry the memories of you and my friends in my heart. As long as the memories are not forgotten, I will always have people with me, supporting me along the way. Even you, Sarah. But I do miss you. What I wouldn't give for us to talk and laugh like we used to. I pray for the day that dream becomes a reality. And one day it will. Sarah, I hope you can hear my words. I pray you can hear all I have to say.
I do. As if you're right here.
Well, that's that.
Huh?
Well, after hearing a touching sisterly speech like that, now we have no choice but to go to Valhalla. I know that's been the plan all along, but now it's official.
That's right, Kupo.
We did it. We actually did it.
I think Yule must be happy now.
This is what you wanted to see, wasn't it?
Welcome to the future, you say.
Are they real?
Kupo? Kupo? Kupo?
Now, is that a polite way to greet old friends? I mean, we haven't seen each other in what? How many years?
It's been all of 390 years. I guess you guys have been busy, huh?
Please come by my headquarters when you get a chance. You're guests of the Academy. Alyssa?
Later!
Where do we find the Academy head office?
It's probably the most impressive-looking building. What about that one?
After all's said and done, you handled the proto-fal'Cie pretty well. What did you do to it anyway?
I sort of have an idea of what happened, but I can't really explain it. It was more of a hunch, really.
A hunch. Well, we won, and that's what matters, I guess.
Thank you for accessing the Academy datanet. The following data files are available.
So that's the 13th arc. You ever heard of it, Noel?
No, it was never mentioned in the histories. Not in the future I came from. We might be getting close to the true timeline.
I hope so. But I wonder why we couldn't see it when we were here before.
Maybe the proto-fal'Cie was hiding it from us.
But why?
People have always looked to the sky for signs of hope.
Is that a human? Or a duplicate?
No transmission issues.
I wonder if there's anyone I can tell.
Hello there.
Please make sure to watch your step.
Hope told us that he invented a machine called a time capsule. That's how they got here. Back in 13 AF, Hope devised a plan to build an artificial fal'Cie. It was called the Proto-fal'Cie Project. He wanted to use the new technology to re-levitate Cocoon. But then one day, Hope saw a certain prophecy in the Oracle Drive.
So I activated the Oracle Drive and watched the prophecy. I saw you fighting the Proto-fal'Cie, and I saw you screaming out at me. Your machines are driving me nuts!
Well, I was getting pretty ticked off by that point.
Well, exactly. So we were forced to reevaluate the project, and eventually abandon it.
Okay, you saw Sarah getting mad at you, so you canceled your project, and then poof, the Proto-Fal'Cie disappeared. Is that about right? We didn't destroy it so much as it never existed in the first place.
We were following the wrong path to the future. If the Proto-Fal'Cie had managed to get control of Cocoon, it would have made itself the second Eden, and we'd be back where we began.
Yeah. It would have been just like how it was on the old Cocoon.
We realized we couldn't let that happen. We had to levitate Cocoon using only human technology.
Right. Not to mention that if you had kept with the original plan, your machines would have killed you.
Really? Then we owe you our lives. Thank you.
Funny, you lose your temper and the whole future changes.
Alyssa and I decided to come to the future to observe the 13th Arc, a structure that appears in the sky of this time period.
That thing that's floating above us now?
Yes. In the end, we abandoned the idea of restoring the old Cocoon. Instead, we plan to build an entirely new shell. Of course, there's still the problem of how to keep such a creation airborne.
A whole new Cocoon. That's an ambitious plan.
Sure is. And that's why you're here, to find out what keeps the Ark afloat.
Exactly. When we learned of the Ark's appearance through the Oracle Drive, we had to come and see it for ourselves.
They're behind on their deliveries.
There are so many important things I need to talk to you two about. So many, in fact, I'm not really sure where to start.
So, have you learned anything else about lightning since then?
Actually, I had this dream. While I was asleep inside the capsule, I could hear lightning talking to me.
You heard her?
I'm sure it was your sister's voice. She told me I'd made the right choice, that I was on the right path.
Lightning. She's still looking out for us, isn't she?
Huh. So Lightning knows what will happen in the future. I don't need her to hold our hands or anything, but is it too much to ask for a little sisterly advice?
If she gives too much information to you, it could change the path of history. You could think of her silence as a sign that everything is going as planned.
That's just the way Lightning operates. Only those who hold on to their resolve and find their own path through time have the right to change the future.
No compromises, huh?
I think Lightning is preparing for a battle, and she doesn't know what the outcome will be. When that time comes, she'll need people at her side that she can rely on.
So, I bet you're dying to know how we came to the future, huh?
Kinda.
You heard about the time capsule we used? It's a device that slows down time only for its occupants. The effect is caused by the creation of a powerful gravitational field and, well, essentially we just slept as the outside world flashed forward into the future.
This capsule of yours, it can't take you back, can it?
Unfortunately not. And considering it broke down after a single use, I doubt it'll prove to be a popular method of time travel.
You risked your own life for the sake of Cocoon.
Oh, the director was there with me. Hey, Sarah. After coming to the future myself, I think I understand how you must feel. The Academy has welcomed us with open arms, and we can research as we always have, but sometimes I get these terrible anxiety attacks.
Alyssa...
Please, Sarah, you have to let me apologize for the way I treated you in the past. Maybe you can't forgive me for that, but I hope as fellow time travelers, we can face the future on friendly terms.
There's no way I can repay you for changing the future for us.
The Academy has made progress on its investigation into the 13th Ark. At this stage, there is good news and there is bad news.
Let's hear the good news first.
We've discovered that the Ark's reactor is powered by an ore cluster, known as the Graviton Core. By collecting these, there's a possibility that the new cocoon will be up in the sky in no time.
That is good news.
Yeah, okay. So now you gotta hit us with the bad news.
Each ore cluster provides only a certain amount of power. The 13th Ark, for example, requires a single Graviton core. We're going to need multiple cores that we can't seem to find.
Need a hand with the search?
If there's one thing we're good at, it's looking for weird objects.
We could use the help. With you two on the case, we'll have those cores in no time.
I'll put together some data on Graviton cores. Check in with the Academy front desk. I can't believe it! You found a Graviton core! If you don't mind, I'll just take a sliver for my research. Wow! This must have been tough to find. We'll be putting it to good use, though. Oh, thanks to you two, we almost have all the cores we need. Did I tell you? The director is inventing a new device.
The Academy has been making progress on the development of a paradox weapon. A very powerful weapon that feeds on time-distorting energies.
Using a paradox against itself, huh?
Exactly. There's a possibility we may come up against the man who appears in the Oracle Drive recordings. The war has already begun, and we're fighting to protect the future itself.
A battle to the end against Caius.
But, Director, didn't you say you were missing a certain material?
A chaos crystal. It's a solidified chunk of paradox energy, but according to the data, it doesn't exist in this time period.
Well, hey, you've still got us.
And we've got the Historia Crux.
I knew I could count on you. Once you've found the crystal, I can build you a prototype. Where did your travels take you?
We ended up at a casino called Serendipity. Have you heard of it, Hope?
There's an ancient legend that mentions a palace by that name. The story itself is incomplete, and nobody knows how it's supposed to end.
So it's a paradise that was never finished, huh?
Right. But we won't be letting our story end halfway through.
You've brought us another cluster? Thank you so much. I mean it.
Sarah, did you really do it?
We had. We had collected all the ore clusters Hope needed to levitate his new cocoon. I don't think I'd ever seen Hope look so happy and excited. But this was just the beginning. It would take a century to complete the new cocoon. And if the old cocoon were to fall before it could be finished, well...
I know we can do it.
He's right, you know. Have you seen that broken gate in the town? Well, it's all fixed and working normally.
We collected the ore crystals, so the future has changed, Kupo.
Yes, I think so. And look what I found. It was lying next to the gate.
An artifact! I wonder which era this unlocks.
Kupo?
Maybe it takes us to the day that Cocoon collapses. The one we saw in the prophecy. The one where Caius is fighting.
Time for the final showdown?
Let's all fight together. We'll follow you to the future by a different path. There are things there I have to protect.
Right. You mean Vanille and Fang, and the new cocoon. It won't be long before they're able to launch their arc. It just seems so incredible they've come this far. Noel, are you worried at all? Caius has tried to interfere before. Maybe he will again.
Remember, the Caius who caused the Seath incident was just an imposter. I wonder why the real one didn't intervene.
I hope he lets us finish here.
Maybe he will. If that's what it'll take to protect Yule, then I know he will. I remember we argued about that very thing once and wait. Did we argue? I don't remember.
Are your memories playing tricks on you again? Noel, something must have happened between you two.
Damn it. I wish I could remember. Not being able to protect Yule, and being the only one left alive on the planet. And then leaving that place and traveling to Valhalla, I should know these things.
I wish there was some way to find out. But I wonder, your memories disappearing, does it have anything to do with the future changing? Oh yeah, it does look like the gate's fixed.
I think we're getting close to some kind of final reckoning. Before we jump through this gate, we better make sure we're good and ready to fight.
I wonder what Caius is up to. Where is he?
Well, we still don't know if he really is against us or not. This silence makes me nervous. He's always been deadly quiet before taking action. It's like the calm before the storm. If he is in Valhalla, then he's been watching everything we've done here. And if he sees a weakness, he'll exploit it without mercy. We let our guard down, we die.
So we better not use the gate until we are definitely sure.
Exactly.
Let's go. We don't have anything else to do here now. If we have to fight Caius now, then so be it. I'm ready.
All right then. Let's go do it.
Leaving without even a farewell?
What? No, of course not. We were going to drop by and see you before we left.
That's what we figured. Thought we'd save you the trip.
Thanks.
I hope the future turns out like this. A place where we can be happy.
Sometimes, when it looks like all hope is lost, people can turn against each other. They end up full of hate. But really, when they stop and think about it, they're making themselves sad for no reason. Director, what are you looking at me like that for? Huh?
Sorry, I was just remembering something. There was a time when I almost lost myself because I had so much hate in me. And then some friends showed me a way out.
Right. You mean lightning and snow.
It all began back then. I remember, Sarah. Weren't you the first one who said you wanted to save Cocoon? It was because Snow and Lightning vowed to carry out your wishes that we all came together back then. And to this day, Vanille and Fang still keep Cocoon safe.
And maybe Lightning does too.
Yes, but the old arc is almost finished. It will fall soon. It's going to be hard for many of us to abandon our old home.
But when you raise the new arc, maybe you can help our friends as well. They won't have to bear the burden of a world anymore. And just maybe, Vanille and Fang will be released from the crystal.
That was always in the back of your mind, wasn't it, Director? If we abandon the old cocoon, maybe you could free your friends. Or am I wrong?
Well,
It's okay. new. We wanted to help anyway.
I've had the great fortune to be helped by many people over the years. Sarah and Noel, you are the ones who showed me how the future should be. You gave us all a motive. You helped us make the Academy what it has become.
Well, we got lost a lot. I don't know how many times I almost gave up.
Humanity is doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past. It's part of being human. But we also have the ability to build new futures.
Well, as you would say, Noel, exactly. Once preparations are complete, we plan to journey ahead 100 years. I want to be there. I want to see the raising of Cocoon with my own eyes.
I'm sure we'll meet again, Hope.
And when we do, we'll have lightning with us.
Right. So, I guess this isn't really goodbye then, is it?
For a new future.
Yeah, Koopa? See ya.
Koopa. 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 Koopa.
I'm sorry, but in the new future that you wish to build, I no longer exist. Goodbye.